What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. The next 7-star Tera raid battle event in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is just around the corner, so today I'll be going over some counters that my lovely community members have helped me come up with so that you can easily take down these raids. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So I'm sure at this point you guys know the drill, but before we hop into the actual counters, we're gonna go ahead and take a peek at what exactly we might be going up against once we do hop into these raids. So this raid is going to feature Iron Bundle, which will have the Ice Tera type, and normally it is an Ice and Water type Pokemon, which means that it is going to have access to quite a few hard-hitting Ice type moves. It is going to be a 7-star raid, so it will be a level 100 Pokemon, and it is going to have the ability Quark Drive because that's the only ability that it can have. This is actually the first Paradox Pokemon raid that we've had, which is kind of cool, and it's a version exclusive. But going into its EVs, it is going to have an HP stat of 56, it's going to have an attack stat of 80. However, it does have a defense stat of 114, so it can take some pretty big physical hits, and it does have a very large special attack stat of 124. So I think you can kind of see what kind of attacker it's going to be. It has a special defense stat of 60, so you're definitely going to want to hit this thing on the special side rather than the physical side, since it does have that pretty beefy defense stat. And it's a very fast Pokemon. It is going to have a speed stat of 136. And coming from someone that uses an Iron Bundle on a team with Snow with an Ice Tera, these ice attacks are going to hurt. Which is a great segue into moveset. So for its moves, for the main like 4, I can definitely see them putting Blizzard on there because Blizzard hits everyone across the board. I can also definitely see them putting Freeze Dry if you did want to bring like water Pokemon, then it still has the option to hit you for super effective damage. I can see them putting like Hydro Pump on there just to have like some spread coverage in case you bring like a fire type. And then as another coverage option, I can also see them putting Air Cutter on there, which is something that you don't usually see on Iron Bundle, but like I'm kind of preparing for whatever they're gonna throw. For setup moves, some of the more obvious ones are things like Aurora Veil, and obviously Aurora Veil needs Snow to get set up, which means that I can definitely also see them putting Snowscape on it. Like maybe turn 1 it sets up the snow so that not only can it set up Aurora Veil if it wants to, but it can also hit Blizzard without missing. And since it will be an Ice Tera type, it will get a 1.5 defense boost from the snow. If they wanted to be annoying, they could also throw something like Encore on there so that you just like keep setting up and you can't hit it and then it just keeps hitting you instead. Or maybe even something like Chilling Water instead of like Hydro Pump as its water move, which not only would do damage, but would also lower your attack by 1 stage. So yet another reason why you probably might not want to bring physical attackers. But I do think that just because of the way its stats are spread out, they are going to focus on special moves since it does have such a good special attack stat. So you're definitely going to want to focus on special defense when going into this raid, just because those snow boosted Ice Tera Blizzards and Freeze Dries or any other ice move like an Ice Beam that they decide to give it are gonna hurt a lot. But now that we have a little bit of an idea as to what exactly we might be going up against once we do hop into these raids, let's go ahead and take a peek at some of the counters that my community members have come up with to take into the raids. So per usual, we do have 2 different options as attackers and then 2 different options as support Pokemon, so you can pick and choose which type of Pokemon you would like to bring. Both of the attacking options are going to be special attackers, since like we saw, that is going to be the most effective way to hit Iron Bundle. But starting off with our number 1 attacker of choice, we have Klefki, which is of course going to be level 100 and is normally a Steel and Fairy type, and for the purposes of this raid, you're going to want to go with a Steel Tera type. For its held item, we do have it holding a Shell Bell for a little bit of HP recovery, and this is probably going to be the best option for you to bring if you do want to solo this raid. But don't worry, I'll also come out with a solo video at a later date after the raids actually come out. But EV wise, it is of course going to be a full HP and full special attack spread because you want to do as much damage as possible, but also stay alive for as long as possible. And you of course want to give it a special attacking nature. And what's cool about Klefki is that it does have the ability Prankster, which gives priority to any status moves. Which moveset wise, we do have Calm Mind, Sunny Day, Flash Cannon, and Metal Sound on it. Sunny Day is going to come in handy if it does try to set up like the snow with Snowscape, because then you could just negate the snow and set up Sunny Day so that it is not able to use Blizzard or set up Aurora Veil. Combine is there for you to of course set yourself up. Flash Cannon is going to be your attacking move of choice, and Metal Sound is of course there to lower Iron Bundle's special defense even more, since it does lower it by 2 stages. However, if you are planning on going into the raid with a group, Golden Go is also a great option, which is of course also going to be level 100 and is normally a Steel and Ghost type Pokemon, and for the purposes of this raid, you are going to want a Steel Tera type. For its held item, we do have it holding a Life Orb just so that it can get that much more damage in. The only drawback to having a Life Orb is that you do lose a little bit of HP every time you do use an attacking move, which is why this is definitely more of a group strategy. Eevee Spread is going to be the exact same as Klefki. It is going to be full HP and full special attack with a special attacking nature, and Golden Go has its great ability Good as Gold, which means that it is basically immune to any status condition. Moveset is going to be pretty straightforward as well. It does have Nasty Plot on there to help it set up. Make It Rain is going to be your move of choice if you want to do big damage. The only drawback to Make It Rain is that it does lower your special attack every single time that you use it, so you could also opt for Flash Cannon, and then Recovery is there for HP recovery, since you are going to be losing HP every time you do attack with the Life Orb. However, if you are more of a support Pokemon type of person, a great support Pokemon is going to be Tinkaton, which is a Fairy and Steel type Pokemon. And once again, when it comes to your support Pokemon, it doesn't really matter for their Tera types, just because if you are going into these things as a group, typically you're only going to need the attacker to Terastallize. You're not going to need the support Pokemon to Terastallize. Held item wise, you are going to want to have it holding a Citrus Berry just so that it can get some HP recovery. And Eevee Spread wise, it is going to be full HP and full special defense, since we already saw the Iron Bundle has a huge special attack stat, so we need all the special defense we can get. And you are also going to, of course, want a special defense nature. For its moveset, we do have Fake Tears on it to lower Iron Bundle's special defense, Helping Hand to help set up the attacker, Light Screen to protect everybody from those big special attacks, and lastly Skitter Smack, which actually lowers the special attack stat of Iron Bundle. And if you don't have access to a Tinkaton, you can always go with good old reliable Umbreon, who is a pure dark type, and we do have it holding the Covert Cloak, which is going to stop it from getting any secondary effects from any moves. For example, you would not be frozen by a move like Blizzard. Eevee Spread is going to be the same as Tinkaton, so it is going to be full HP and full special defense with a special defense nature, and its moveset is going to consist of Fake Tears to lower special defense, Light Screen to once again protect the entire team, Helping Hand to help set up the attacker, and Snarl to lower Iron Bundle's special attack as well. But there you have it. That is what me and my community members have come up with for you to take into the Iron Bundle raids. Leave a comment down below if you have any other suggestions or builds that you're planning on bringing into this raid, because I'm sure there is a ton more out there. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you were already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.